Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the New England Patriots. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Go. 120! Trash! That's trash! It's great 57.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. These two teams, the Eagles and the Pats, did not meet in the regular season last year, so their last official bout was in Super Bowl 52 in Minneapolis. Everybody remembers that one with the Eagles staking claim to their first ever title. And the Philly special went down in football history with Nick Foles catching the pass from Trey Burton in the end zone. What a game that was. Looking to throw on second down. Wentz. Jackson's got it over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Working from the gun. Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
A little juke. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Patriots' 36-yard line.
From the 36, Wentz. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 24-yard line.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here we go. 120! Mike 54. Know your job.
On first down, they run with Howard. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch the pass. Slam. Sunday.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. first down. Howard. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Flush to his right. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And it's picked up by the Patriots.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it. But I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Now it's Brady. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Brady now on first down. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Brady gives to Michelle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
53, Mike.
Shotgun now for Brady. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. On the ground, Michel. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. A first throw for the backup Jackson, and that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. This is Howard on 2nd down, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And Howard stopped short. He didn't get there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Patriots take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done? Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. With it is Jackson. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Sunday. Check. Crouch.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. Room here to run. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A nice little juke. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Here I come again. Sit. Twist. Regular. Hey, orbit. Rip.
1st down, here's White. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Wentz going to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. But now it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. But only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Down, man, 5-4. Hey, Echo.
On third and long, it's Wentz. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Man 5-7. Hey, Haywood.
Wentz now on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady, slant route, caught by Edelman. So we have reached halftime. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
42's mark, 42's mark.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time, they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. This Pats and Eagles matchup is part of the NFL 100 series. These two teams met in Super Bowl 39 and also recently in Super Bowl 52, splitting the pair of matchups. Tom Brady was the constant in both of them. His counterpart the first go-around, Donovan McNabb, and the Pats won that affair. But then the Eagles would get revenge 13 years later behind the very unlikely hero, Nick Foles. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Ginn, able to slither by. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On 2nd down, Michelle. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He hits White, complete. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
I'm guessing, partner, that if we're in the huddle with the Patriots right now, there's not a single guy that thinks they have any chance of coming back in this one, especially not with Tom Brady.
Yeah, who's Tom Brady? What's he done in the past as far as comebacks are concerned? They're down right now, but that can evaporate quickly with him in the huddle. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Brady gives this to White. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Julian Edelman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gostkowski the extra point, and we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, You've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Jamie Collins able to get him for a loss of about 3. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw is Wentz. Being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they take a 17-14 lead. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know that makes some adjustments.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Jackson from the shotgun. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White His third touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a first down. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo! Back 22, back 22.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Jerry Hughes able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
We're good.
Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to walk this one deep left side into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
They start to drive with White. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Wait, set. Turn 80. Turn 80. Check it. Get off the field. Hey, Delta. Get off the field.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. This is caught. It's Julian Edelman. Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a first down. Brady now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now White. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not only going to tip it, I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mike 51. Let's go one more. Jim. Duck. Okay.
From the gun, Jackson flushed out right. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the 13-year man puts it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
At their own 26-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Back to throw. Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 15 yards on the play. First down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
Now a desperation throw deep. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Now Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Elliott now to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
That ties the game, 24-24.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. That throw by Brady incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Jackson. On the slant, he gets it to Gronkowski. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. This quarterback now just 2 of 5 since coming on, but he does have a first down here. Here's Jackson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw is made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Throwing on 2nd down. Brady. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get in the field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown to win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Wentz now to throw, out to his left, and avoids the contact by sliding. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Throwing again on second down. Wentz, Ertz over the middle. 12 yards there and a first down.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. These overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. Here's Wentz to throw. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's just me and you.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Forced out, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Jerry Hughes able to record his 5th sack of the season.
At the 6-yard line.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Running from the gun with Howard, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Wentz. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They need it over.